Hi there. Thanks for tuning in to Make This Happen, where we discuss an idea we've been dying to see come alive. Every week, my friend Alexander Gonzalez and myself, J.E., will bring you a product you never knew you needed. Now, porta potties, honey buckets, whatever you call these things.
I never knew they were called honey buckets.
I think that's a Washingtonian thing. I think over here they're just called porta potties. I think the brand
you guys
in
drink
Washington
too much coffee to be pissing honey. That's all I'm saying.
Buckets. But they suck. Everyone hates them. When you go to an event and you look for the restroom and then you just see the line of porta potties, tell me your heart doesn't sink a little bit.
And you know they're gonna be gross.
Not just that, but don't you like when you see that is your only choice, you mind what you do and eat a lot more. At least I do. Mm-hmm. I try not to eat things that are gonna make me have to go poop. I try not to drink too much so I don't have to go throw up.
And also, like, so you don't throw up. I've never thrown up in a porta potty. God bless those who have.
Oh, Jesus.
It's one of those things where already throwing up so gross that oftentimes you end up throwing up more than you want to because you're just grossed out by everything.
Yeah.
But like thinking about, I'm not even getting into it. Let's move on.
All right. So what I want are luxury porta potties, obviously.
All right.
The way that I see this happening is these things, they will be like the higher tier porta potty that have a buy-in. So like when let's say someone is throwing a concert in the middle of nowhere and they need restrooms, you could get the 24 porta potties, and then as a bonus, we'll give you 12 luxury porta potties for a discounted price type of thing, right? So you put it on top of your order for porta potties, so you get some luxury porta potties at a discount, and then if you want more, you could do more, especially if, like, let's say you're throwing an event for, like, I don't know, a high scale fashion show in the middle of a desert or something, and you're like, we just want your luxury porta potty. You know what I mean? Like, there are certain events I could see that they only want the luxury one. But if you buy a whole bunch of the regular ones, or rent a whole bunch of the regular ones, I could see us tacking on the luxury ones also for a cheaper price.
The luxury ones, I would buy, and people do buy VIP tickets to have access to better bathrooms.
Oh yeah,
where everyone at, like, for example, like raves. If people know, oh man, they're gonna have these AJ branded luxury toilets. No, we should splurge the extra $100 because trust me, when you're tripping balls, you're gonna want to at least have a nice bathroom to be.
Oh, like on top of the ticket price, you like pay a little bit extra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you could either do it that way, where it's like a subscription for the event, or if you're just a random person that showed up and you just had to use the bathroom, but you did not want to use the porta potty, it's like a $5 entry price. Apple Pay right there, boop, and then it opens up and you get in, and then that's how you get in there. Like, it's going to be pricey to get into this thing.
And let's talk about features. Yeah. Automatically, there's going to be bidets and wet wipes.
Yep. First thing, also, between shifts, full, just from the top, just spraying down disinfection like spray, and then like blow drying the room, kind of like to dry it out. And then I'd say when you walk in, already on the toilet seat, like it like starts rolling out like fresh paper. It just whoosh, you know what I mean? Like it just and then like
and the paper's gonna be good paper.
Yeah. And I could also see full sink and soap in the unit itself. Mirror also in there.
How hard do you want to go? Because I'm thinking, what about this? An adjustable height toilet. So if someone's a little bit taller, they can raise the toilet up. If they're a little bit shorter, they can put it down. And then I also want there to be something where there's going to be a stool that's a squatty potty, if you want to use that to help you.
And it's part of the actual thing.
Yes.
Like it's just in front of you, sticking out of the ground type of thing.
Yes.
And you could easily just put your feet below it if you don't need it. Maybe some
Right.
people who've never heard of squatty potties just assume they're for children type of thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I think in this instance, yeah, we'll have the bidet and all that, but it'd be weird for the seat heating, just because it's weird because it's public, so we won't have that feature. But maybe we'll also have like it is going to be lit. Like I think there's probably going to be like either solar power or something that's going to have a light actually shining in it.
Oh yeah.
I could see like music playing, even mood lighting. Which
if you have the app, it syncs to your phone. You can choose what type of music you're listening to while you're in it.
Yeah, maybe it's just straight up each one of these things have fucking Bluetooth. Like it's just every single one has a Bluetooth thing on it.
Because I'm thinking these would be great in cities. So like, let's say you have a city job where you're kind of like New York or something, where you're constantly walking around and you're like, I just really need to use a toilet. You can.
Yeah. And like, we'll just have them like in the nicer, like, I mean, I don't want to just put them in like certain places, but it has a certain clientele. You know what I mean? You don't want people trying to break into these things. So we'll just put them like in nicer businessy or like fashiony areas where there's a lot of malls, a lot of walking between places, and it's just installation there, you know.
Absolutely.
How are we going to deal with the fact that you're just literally pooping and peeing into a giant hole at the bottom of this thing? How do we stop the smells? How do we stop?
We're going to have to do it where so the ones that are at events, we're going to have to just make sure that goes into almost like we have a patented design septic tank that is carried with you, but that auto seals and only opens up when you're flushing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like it'll open up when you're flushing, so it'll smell like shit then, but we'll have some kind of poopery to cover that. And then I'm thinking the ones that are in public, they're just going to be public loos. Those, we're going to have them tied where they're sitting on top of a manhole that goes straight into sewage.
I'm cool.
So it's like it's going to be connected to the city.
For the event ones, the actual Porta-Potty ones, I say what we could do is have it actually... let me think. We'll have it so... Because like the reason why there's not that much water is because it's just a bitch to get water, portable water somewhere. And if you run out, you run out. So we can't just have water just wasting. So maybe what it is, it's like a way where it essentially it's like a suck out thing, like kind of like how like you just when you flush, it's just gonna open the hole and it's just gonna there's gonna be a really hard suck of air pulling everything down. You know what I mean? And then closes right up. And then
And what the thing is, we're gonna have to, if a really hard suck of air, we're gonna have to make sure that we do a patent or warning that it's only when you don't feel pressure on the seat, because we could suck somebody's guts out.
Right. And I think it's not going to be one of those auto flush things. You know what I mean? Just because you don't want it to accidentally flush while you're still doing your business.
Yeah.
But maybe, yeah, after you stand up, the pressure's off, and then there's like a foot press that you press on at the bottom, and that's the flusher. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's how we'll deal with that. And as far as like at the bottom, there's obviously going to be a latch, and there's obviously going to be like poop stains on there because it's not going to be able to suck everything down. The way that we deal with that, I guess, maybe there is a little water pressure thing. So when you leave this restroom, it shoots the water, gets the poop stain off the little flap, and then it sucks that down real quick before the next person comes in. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Just to wash that little poop stain off.
A little bit of poop.
Maybe also like I don't know, Febreze air freshener thing that squirts.
Of course. So poopery kind of smell inside the toilet, and then Febreze that comes out, and it needs to be patented, Jay. It is so important that we develop our own scent for these toilets that is addicting.
Sure. We'll do it.
You know what I'm talking about?
We'll
like you go in there and you're like, oh yeah, this is it. This is a good toilet.
Yeah. Besides that, I just see, in terms of design, I see very modern, minimalist.
I want this toilet to be black on black, so the stains aren't readily.
Yeah, but
noticeable.
you know, I don't know if you've ever been inside a black on black restroom. It feels, especially after a couple of years in tear, it starts to feel a little janky and gross and dirty. Yeah. So I saw it as all pristine white. Just, you walk in and it looks like you fucking walked into
white on white.
Like a Mac versus PC commercial, you know what I mean? It just white. And then eventually when we start picking up steam, we'll have like fun colors like pastel yellow or like sky blue. And I want it to look like very minimalist, all single color. It looks like they were all made from one piece of plastic and then we just melted this bathroom out of one block. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah.
All right.
Most important thing is the sanitation phase between. So like in between customers, it needs like 2 minutes to fully sanitize inside, and it does that all automatically.
Yeah, the sanitation is going to have to be important. The scent is going to be paramount, and the experience. You need to feel clean leaving this.
Yes, exactly. Definitely agree. But yeah, I don't know. Anything else you have for this?
That's it, except very, very handicap accessible. So anybody with special needs, they're like, yeah, these toilets save my fucking life.
Oh,
because porta potties aren't handy accessible, right? Do they have bars in them?
No, I don't think they do. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, definitely make it handicap accessible. Well, I just looked it up, and the one that I see is called United Site Services Porta-Potty Rental. Make this happen. Thanks for listening. If you have any suggestions or products you'd like to see talked about, feel free to write in at @poundgames@gmail.com. We have a Patreon. If you'd like to join the @pound family, come find us at patreon.com/wearenotgamedevs. Patrons receive episodes 2 days early, meaning Make This Happen gets to your ears that much sooner. If you enjoyed our show, take a second to give us a review. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Store, and more. Catch you guys next Sunday with Alex's idea.
Belts. So the belts you wear, sorry, because I know there's belts for cars. I don't think anyone was ever thinking of that except for me, but I thought I'd clarify anyway.
I don't know. It could have been conveyor belts. It could have been rip belts. What are those called? The sour belt things that you eat that come in like a little swirly pack. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I'm revolutionizing the world of sour belts, which were big. What was it, like 2005 when those were like crazy?
Dude, I still eat those candy belts, man. I love.
But you know what I'm talking about? Like when someone would come, I don't know if you ever had it. There's always those childhood entrepreneurs who would bring that whole bucket that you would get at Sam's Club.
Yeah. What are they called? Like Rip Rolls or?
Yeah, and there would just be lines of it. And for a fat kid like me who didn't have any kind of discipline, those are the worst. That's too much power.
My favorite was when they just got rid of the Hubba Bubba form entirely, and they just started selling them in like little tiny strips in like a little bag. I forget what they're called. Right? I think those are just called Rips.
Huh. I think they were just called Rips.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
And everyone got into it, including Airheads.
Yeah. Oh, Airheads.
That's for another time. Not the belts we're talking about. Those are not the belts we're talking about today.
We're talking about actual belts that keep your pants up. The main competitor against suspenders.
And who won? Belts won.